So what is custom column? Okay, custom columns in addition to the existing column, right? You want to create some additional columns. Why do I need to create additional columns? Why do I need to create custom columns? Sometimes you wanted to store some intermediary values. For example, you wanted to compute the net profit, but before you compute the net profit, you need to have the net revenue, right? So in that case, first you compute the net revenue, but the net revenue column is not available. You need to create a new column in addition to the existing one. So in that column, you can use your formula to compute the net revenue. Once you compute the net revenue, next step is you need to compute the net margin. Okay. Fine. Okay. So yeah, I just go here and I'll show you how to create the custom column. Basically, we are deriving the new column, creating a new column based on the existing column. Okay. Some cases, let's say you have the customer first name will be there and last name will be there, and you want the full name. So in that case, the first name, last name, you can merge it, right? For that, you are going to use the custom column to create it. Okay. And that's how we can do it. See, the question is, listen, this is your customer first name, and you have something called last name is also. Let's assume that this is your last name. Okay, last name, first name, last name, and you want to create a new column by the name of full name, right? So you want to combine these two values and put it here. So what you can do is you can use the merge column option here. With that, simply you can combine these two columns into a single column. That is your full name. So in that case, you are pointing and clicking and right click on it, and then you select the merge thing, right? So you are doing manually here. But is there any way can I automate that? So that is where the custom column is helpful in this aspect. And plus, right, you can derive a new column based on the existing column using your custom column. Okay, what I will do is, yeah, I will just take the sales by customer data. I'll just open it in the Excel file. And here I just insert a new column. First name and last name. So last name is Robert. And here I just say Larry Whipple and Baron Johnson. And here something like, Bob, Chris. And here again the Robert and Rich, Chris. Okay, Chris, Rick, something like that. Okay. This is the first name, last name. And then I just go back here. I just refresh preview. And there is an exception error. Customer name was okay. First name, last name. Yeah, now it picked up. Okay, and sales I'm going to close and apply. Okay, sorry, I should have done it here itself. Okay. I just select the sales by customer. So this is where I include the last name, right? So now the situation is I want to combine these two columns together and create a new column. So for that, you can click on the transform ribbon. And then here you will find something like a merge column. Where is merge? Okay, I just select these two columns together. Okay, and here, yeah, merge columns are there here, right? So you need to select the columns first. So how do I select more than one column? Hold the control key and then click on the next column. Okay, and again, if you want to select another column, hold the control key. But in this case, Unisold, I don't need it. I just click on it one more time. Now I release the control key. I could see that these two columns got selected. And then I'm going to click on the merge columns. So here it asks me, do you need any separator? What I do is I put a space in between the first and last name. Space should be there. And what is the new column name? This is also a custom column, right? So full name. I just press enter. So what happened here? Okay. So it got meshed. What I will do is I'll just go back here. Okay, if you do merge, right, it combines these two columns together, but I still want the previous column should also be there next to this one. What I just right click on it and then you have duplicate, nothing. Okay. See, in this case, what happened? When I did the merge column, it simply merged the first and last name, and ultimately I'm getting only the merged column, right? Merged columns, full name. But here you see the original data, the first name, last name is there. But when I use the merged columns option in the menu, it combined the first name and last name together, and then it created a single column called full name. Okay. Now what I do is I'm going to undo this one. So now we have the original data. I'm going to click on the add column ribbon here. And here you will find the custom column. I just click on it here. So here I'm going to say the full name, and this is your formula section. Okay, this is your new column name in the formula section. What we want to combine the first name and last name. First, I'm going to click on the first name. The moment when I double click on it, it got dropped here. Then what I do is I'm going to use ampersand sign. Okay, and then I'm going to use single quote 2 times, and then I use the ampersand, and then I'm going to double click on the last name. Okay, and still I can see some the red color token literal expected. Yeah, so you're supposed to use double quotes. Okay, not the single quote, double quote. Okay, that's the reason why the red color underline was there, and when I kept the cursor on top of that, the token literal missing, right? That means use the, see here the ampersand, what it does. This is the one combines the first name with the last name. Here I'm going to leave some space. This is an empty string. Inside the double quote, I left one space, right? That's the empty string. What happens is it goes and picks up the values from your first name for each record, and then it picks up the last name from each column, and in between that it leaves some space. So I'm going to hit OK now. You can see that along with the first name and last name, you have the full name also available here, right? You just drag and drop this here, and you can just check it out here whether it is correct or not. Baron Robert, yes. Between these two name, blank value is there. Baron space Robert. Larry space Whipple. It's not a blank value. So yeah, space. In between the first and last name, you have the blank value. But this approach, for example, later point in time, you get some more data. and customer gives you some more customers, right? So in that case, or in the same file, they add 20 more customers, first name, last name, but here the full name is not there. But when you click on the refresh, right, whatever the new data will also get loaded. While it is being loaded, the same thing will get the steps will get will get applied for the new customer first name and last name also. Okay. So here the added column, right? So what will happen is, you have some new customers. The new customer first name is there and last name is there. Raju Ramesh. Raju Ramesh is there. First name is Raju. Second name is Ramesh is the new customer comes in. In that case, when you click on the refresh, it will pick up and then it will apply this step also. Okay, it will apply this step. So, okay, here. So add a new column, full name. The full name column, what you do is you combine these two, first name and last name. While combining the first name with the last name, you need to leave the space between them. Okay, that is what it tells us. Okay, and the reorder column, I just dragged and dropped it here. Okay, so that when you apply the steps by creating a custom column in this example, right? So it'll these transformations or the steps will get applied even if you load the additional data for the existing data. Okay, you don't have to again open the report again. You don't have to merge it. Okay, that manual task you don't have to do it. Once you do that, once you apply the steps, like combining these two things together, let's you want to see again what steps that I applied. Go to the added column. This is what your custom column, right? New column you added. Next to that wheel icon, you click on the wheel icon. You can see what logic that you used it here. First name followed by that ampersand and double quote. But inside the double quote, right? What you left one blank space. Initially it was there. I just press the space bar, let's space, and then you. So what this ampersand does is it combines these two column values into single value. But while combining the both column values into a single column, it leaves a space also. Very good. This is kind of the data formatting or data transformation we did. Okay, custom column. And for what other for scenarios we create the custom column? Other scenarios are like, I'll go back to the sales W0 because we have more data there. And here, see the year, month and all, we created it by clicking on it. Okay, by clicking on it. So instead of that, you can use the year function. Okay. So what I will do is you can, yeah, now we have the year, month, quarter, a week of month, all the things we have extracted from the order date column. Now I go back to my ship date column. Ship date also the same issue. You can replace the hyphen by forward slash to make the values consistent here. Yeah, even this one also you can automate it. You can create a step. Okay. So that step was taken care automatically here, right? So I just click on the data type here. Yeah, let's wait for some time. It is taking time. We said date data type and English United States. And then I'm going to hit OK. So now it got converted successfully date data type. We don't see any error. So now I'm going to create another custom column. I want to extract year from the ship date column. Shipment year. Give some meaningful name for the new column. So here I just take the ship date column, but before that, what I do is I have something called date.year. There is a built-in function called date.year. You just type just the date right? So followed by the date, you can see all the other options that are available, right? So date, when you type it, you can see date time, date function. You can extract date, and you can extract year, and likewise, right? You have a lot of functions. You can extract the, you can use date time also, right? And you can, and the year, quarter also available. Various functions are available. These functions are built-in functions that are available as per a Power Query editor. Here I'm going to use the year. I just click on the date dot here. So make sure that in the Power Query, when you select it from the drop down, the function name, right? It will display, it'll cause some confusion. Hence, you need to make sure that the name of the function is correct. Okay, date dot here, and date time as any. Here I just say the ship date. I just double click on it. It get dropped here. And then I'm going to close it with the parenthesis. So you have open parenthesis, followed by that you have the closed parenthesis. Inside the open and closed parenthesis, I have selected the ship date column. Why the parenthesis coming here? Because the date dot year is a function, built-in function. Okay, so now this function, what will it does is it is going to extract only the year from the ship date column. Look here, a new column called shipment year created. So wherein it shows it extracted only the year from the ship date column. For this reason, also you can use the custom column. Okay, and next one is you have, in this case we have sales and quantity, but here we don't have the price column available, right? The given data set, you don't have the price column is available. In that case, you can ask the customer to give the price for his thing. Let's, they say no, so you can use, we don't have time to give you the price at this moment. I need to check, it'll take time, right? So if they say something like that, and also they say, hey, what you do is you can divide the sales amount by quantity. That is the list price. Okay. So in this case, you can create a new column by the name of list price. And here I just select the sales column divided by the quantity. Okay. Sales divided by quantity, that is your list price. You have created the list price. Let's say you have the cost price is available. And let's say for that, I'm going to create the custom column. The cost price of each product is the list price. Can you see the list price here? Yeah, list price also got available here. List price, let's assume that, the list price, you subtract, just 100 or something randomly, okay? Let's assume that, the cost price is already given by the customer. You don't have to create it. I'm going to use it for some purpose, okay? Let's say now, they wanted to find out the, profit, okay? So in that case, list price into quantity will give you the sales. Since we have the sales column, it is fine. The cost price into quantity, you want to multiply it to get the cost of goods value. And if you subtract that from your sales column, you will get the net sales. Okay. So for that kind of situation, I'm going to create another column, custom column. But for the new column, we are going to use the existing column alone, right? So here I just say the cost of goods sold, something like that. And here the cost price into quantity. Cost price into quantity. So this one will give you the cost of goods sold. This is for a temporary purpose, right? Cost of goods. And I'm going to create another column now. I'm going to subtract this value from the sales. Now I just want to compute the net revenue. sorry, net margin. Okay, something like that. So I'm going to subtract the sales minus the cost of goods sold. Right, this is a gross sales minus the cost of goods sold value. That is the one will give you the net margin. For these reasons, we can use the custom column. Some cases, right, you have the date column is available. You want to, but you don't have the age of each customer. Using the date column, you can create a new column using the custom column to derive the age of the customer. So for these reasons, we can create the custom columns. Hope you understood. Custom columns are nothing but the derived columns based on the existing year. See, some cases, what will happen is, right, they want to create some category column. So this is one example, right? The other example is something like you have the product key is available, order ID, order date, and ship date. Country category is the product name is available, and category is available. Sometimes what will happen is the category column will not be available. So you may have to create the category column based on some logic from your product ID. Using the product ID column, you may have to extract the category column using some category name. Okay, you need to extract the category name using some technique from your product ID itself. For example, you have fur, right? Fur means it's a furniture category. Tech means technology category. So for that purpose also, you can create the new column. I just click on the custom column. See, in this data set, already we have the category. There are cases, right? The category column will not be there. You need to derive it. That is there in my existing thing itself. Okay. For example, here, text dot start. There is something called start. Yeah, text dot start. And already I typed text. And then the moment when I type the text, it was displaying the other functions that are available, which starts with text, right? When I double click on it from the drop down, the previous value which I have is there. I just removed it. Okay, make sure that you are removing that one. Okay, text dot start here the product code, product ID, comma 3. Okay, and then I just say category 1 because already we have category column. That's the reason why I have given that. So I just hit OK now. And then category 1, we can see the tech, furniture, technology, everything. So now what you need to do is, right, you need to derive this one. So wherever the tech is there, you replace that with technology, fur with furniture, and off means office supplies, replace it. So you can use the same thing here to replace that one, okay, the technology with something like that. Or else you can use the if function, right? Or the switch function. So in that kind of situation, the switch function is very much helpful. That, we can use it to replace, we can create a custom column, okay? You can use the switch function to create that. You don't have to do it here. You can go to the table view. There itself, we can create the new column using the DAX function. Can I use the DAX function here? Okay, you cannot use a DAX function here. And similarly, you cannot use these functions in DAX. Okay, that is another way of, creating a new column. Okay, using DAX function also, you can create the custom column based on some conditions. So what was the condition here I used it? So here the condition was, yeah, here also you can do that. So you can you can check, right? If the condition is true, you do something like that. Okay. The simple technique is, if you don't know for that you need to know the Power Query language, right? It's nothing with the M language. Simple techniques, right click on it, replace values, tech by technology. Tech by technology. So this is actually right. It is going to overwrite the existing with this. So look here. So for that, you need to write little bit coding. But in our case, right, I just simply right clicked on it and the manual thing. Okay, replace values, replace all the tech by technology. And I'm going to replace the values fur by furniture. Or by office supplies. So here manually we have replaced the values, right? What if we have so many categories? If you have thousands of categories are there, you think you can replace each and everything manually? That's not possible, right? You can use some logic in your Power Query. For that, you need to know the Power Query language to do that. But using DAX function, there is something called switch function. Without sweating too much, right? You can, you can do the encoding, something like that. Replace tech by technology. Everything you can do it with a simple switch function. Okay. So these are the scenarios where you can create your custom column. So I'm going to stop using close and apply. I'm going to click on apply. Okay. We have another option called conditional column. Okay. Here also you can use it instead of manually doing that, right? So column name, but here you have the operator. For example, you want to create some bucketing here, okay? And in this case, I just sales bucketing, which is nothing but the group based on some condition. Column name is sales I'm going to use, and sales is greater than here I'm going to say 0. Then the output is something like that. Okay. For example, here we have created a column by the name of category 1, right? So initially we had a little bit of coding. You need to write it for what? To do the encoding. For tech, I want to replace the tech by technology. Programmatically, I want to change it, right? So category 1 equals the tech. If it is tech, means technology. Okay, I just simply hit OK now. Since we don't have that one, right? It is, yeah, the sales. Okay. Here we don't have any value, hence it shows 0 here. So what I will do is I'm going to, undo these steps. Okay. I want the tech for and the previous values, right? Before replacing the values, I want the previous values. And the last one is added additional column. I'm going to click on the wheel icon. I just go back here. And here I'm going to apply technology. No, it is not displaying it correctly here. 1 second. For the, okay, category 1, I use it. Category 1 equals, okay, contains. Okay, category 1 contains tech. Then you make it technology. Contains, even the contains is not working. Sorry, there is a mistake here, not H, right? 3 letters. Look here, technology. So here what is the difference between replace values and creating a new custom column? Programmatically, we are doing the encoding, right? So what we are doing is, instead of tech, you replace that by technology. Okay. Programmatically we're doing. So actually, if you do it programmatically, that makes sense. That will be dynamic, right? I'm going to add another class here, the category one. If this, if the category one column contains tech, you replace that with technology in the new column called sales bucketing. Actually, this is not a sales bucketing. I'll just where is that category one? Category one. I just move this up so that else if the category one, I just my net connection is slow here. Instead of using equals, you can use contains because it's a column name, right? In this column, wherever you find furniture, if this column contains that means furniture. Else if this condition is true, do this. Else if this condition is true, do this. Else if the condition is different, right? Contains OFF. Here I just say office supplies. And here, right, this instead of sales bucketing, I just give some meaningful name, product category. That's all. Press enter. Now we can see all the values, right? This is the one is not required. We can remove it. See, now the question is there any way can I do it, these two things in a single one? Why should I do it in two different columns? Why should I first extract tech and why should I do this one? Okay, that I will leave it to you. Okay, you just give it a try. Create only product category, extract the first three letters, and then you give it a try. Okay, so look here, when you click on this, now I select the product category, click on the drop down here, you can see the query written by the Power Query Editor. This is the script generated automatically. Here you can see that the product category, each if the product category contains tech, then technology. Else if the text dot contains has furniture. Else if we do this one. And if I click on the category column, look here, the previous one, right? If you select this one, product items. See to that, you are able to combine these two things together. So for that, what you do is you can go to the view ribbon, okay? And I'm going to select the last step, added conditional column, right? In the view ribbon, we have something called advanced editor. If you click on the advanced editor, you can see the all the steps, right, that we carried it out, right? For all these steps, or for the each steps, whatever the logic that we use it, we can see that, right? The built-in functions, right? You can see it here. Okay, so here the product category is technology. You do this one. What you do is, right, you can add a new step here in between this, wherein you can extract the first three letters of your product ID, which is nothing but the tech for off, right? And that step you can use it in the last step, right? So here, so this step is not required. Only thing is you need to press enter. You need to include a new step. But when you include the new step, you need to specify the last step's variable name here. For example, you are going to create that one, right? So let's say here you are going to include the logic, extract the first three letters of the product ID from the product ID column. That step, okay? For example, you just say, extract that one, okay? Extract cat, extract cat. You give some name, okay? But followed by the hash within the double quote, you need to give it. That name, you need to use it here. That's all. You need to replace this one with that one. So in this step, you are extracting the first three letters. Oh, it's already there, right? Correct. Look here, it's already there. Added column custom 5. Okay. and the product ID, comma 3. Okay, it is already there. My question is there any way you can combine these two things together? Okay, so it's already there for each text dot start, right? It is already there, and you can see if you can. But best thing is, right, whatever we did was correct only. But let's not complicate that one. Sometimes the customer says, no, I don't want a separate column category one. I just, I want you to combine these two logic in a single one. I just want to have the product category alone. So in that case, you need to extract the the three strings from the product ID column, and on the fly, you need to replace that with this one. So for that kind of thing, we can use something called custom function. Okay, we can use custom function. Just give it a try. For non-IT people, it will be a little bit difficult, right? But for those of you who are in the IT industry, we can give it a so programming, right? See if we can see custom function. What is control? Find What happened to the others? Others are yet to join since it's being an important topic. But a few of them, they sent a message saying that we wanted to review the topic, sir. We will resume next week and anyhow because DAX, I need to practice it. Anyhow, from my side, I will finish it off. Okay. And those of you have doubts, watch my videos. And then we will have a separate FAQ session. Okay. Put all questions in an Excel sheet instead of sending one after the other, right? Put all your doubts in a single Excel sheet. Practice, Monday through Thursday or Wednesday or Thursday or even Friday. Put all the questions during the weekdays, whatever you get in Excel sheet, and then get it clarified. Okay. During the weekends, we will discuss about that. Because sometimes, right, the questions, whatever we ask, maybe after a day or two, you yourself might get some idea about that. Just give me a second. I will. Yeah, 1 second. I'm sharing my screen. Wait. Yeah, I just shared the screen. So what is all selected, all except functions? What did you understand from that? What is your understanding? So when to use all function and when to use all selected? Yes, Shiba. What about all selected? Correct. What about the other one? The all except. All except is also like a default filtering, right? The default by default, the row level, column level filter applies. It applies there. Sometimes you want to include an additional filter. If you want to add a filter, like I showed you yesterday, right? You want to see the Chennai sales to be displayed along with the the overall sales, right? That will be in that kind of situation you can use. Okay, I just opened the Power BI desktop. 1 second. Mhm. All selected. Yes, what we will do is, right, we have, the support guys from our side. We'll share another number to you all. Okay, if you have any doubts, you can put everything in Excel sheet. You can share it in. So maybe, right, he will respond it back. Okay, our office staff, he will respond it to you. 1 second, I will just open up the file. I don't remember what we discussed. No, which file that I used. I know I remember what we discussed, but I don't know what is that file name. That file name, I think it starts with the EX. Good that PQ EX demo all filters. Yes, correct. Part one all selected. Okay, I just opened the all selected. I'm going to close this one. This is not required. Let's wait for a few seconds. Let it open the other report file. Wait for some time. I just opened the yesterday's report file. It will take for a while. Give me a second. Give him a second, okay? Okay, it is open. It will take some more time. Okay, all right. So we could see that most of you have joined here. The last one is the remove columns, right? So remove filters. We have something else called the remove filter. So remove filter. Okay, keep filter, we'll discuss it because the remove filter is related to all. I just opened the report. So the remove filter and remove filter DAX function as well as the all function does the same thing in one aspect. Okay, the all and remove filter behaves the same way, but there is a difference. See, as the name suggests, it remove all the filters. Okay, for the if you specify the column name, it will remove the filter. If any filter comes from that specific column, it will remove it. The same thing is applicable here also. If you specify a table here, all the columns, the filter comes from it, right? It will remove that. The same thing is applicable here also. Either you can specify the table name or the specific column name in both the functions. Okay. Only difference is besides this, the all function, what it does is you can clone a table. For example, you have table A. You want to copy the table A to other new table called B. You can use all function. So when you use B is equal to all of A, all the columns and rows will get copied to the table B, new table B. Okay. To take a clone of a table, you can use all. And besides that, you can use all function, remove filter function. Okay, you can use any one of them to remove the filter from any specific columns or a table itself, right? You can use all function. Okay, so now we will see. Now the question is then why there is a separate function called all remove filter. Instead, they could have used only the all function, right? Why they introduced remove a filter function, additional function? The reason is syntax sugar. For the sake of syntax sugar, they have introduced the remove filter. So the name is pretty clear, right? So when somebody hears this term, all dim category column, they get confused. All what is that all function is going to do, right? So in that context, remove all the filters that comes from that category column. Or if you specify just the dim category table name, remove all the filter comes from all the columns from that dim category table. Okay, but so this one is pretty straightforward. The naming standard, right? Naming convention. Remove filter, it is pretty straightforward. Even a layman can understand. Oh, inside this, if I put category, so any values or any values coming from the category column, you remove that filter. Okay, don't apply that filter. Okay, for the sake of syntax sugar, they use the remove filter. Besides the removing the filter, if you won't take the clone of a table, you can use all function. That's all. I just go here and I will just show you the remove filter. Okay, remove filter. It's already, I created it. Calculate total remove filters. Instead of all function, I have used the remove filters. That's all. Okay. And in that case, what will happen is, any filter comes to the category column that will be removed. Same as your all function. Okay. And here the total sales and sales. Yeah. Okay, what I do is I just reduce the size of this table. I just move this towards the right side. Yeah, this is the one. So okay, I just do the duplicate of this one so that we can save time. I just remove this table. It's too big, and here we have the yeah, all is there, and I just move the remove filter here. This measure. Look here, you can see both the all and remove filter shows the same value, right? Both of them shows the same value. The interview, when they ask you what is the difference between all and remove filter, both of them does the same thing, except the fact that the using all, besides this, the all function, with all function, you can clone a table also. Okay, that we will see it little later. Okay, or else I will show you now itself. Go to the table view, and you have the date dimension table. And here what I do is here I'm going to click on the new table. So look here, currently I'm in the table view. So in the table view also you can see a new table here, because the all function is going to return a table like the calculate table. So clone dim date table is equivalent to all function of dim date. I just press enter. Look here, all the columns, all the rows from your dim date got copied to the clone dim date, a new table called dim date. Okay. So before you clone the table, you just check in the source table you have any issues. In case of any issues, first address it. Look here, we have some error here, right? I just delete this. And then when I go back to the clone dim table, yes, now we don't see any error, it got copied. Okay. So the simple quick check what you need to do is before you do the cloning of a table, you just check, is that table, correctly created, or there any errors are there in that table. In case of any error, you need to fix it. If you think, if you think that specific error is nowhere related to date table, you can delete that column. That is what I did it. And then look here, automatically this table got created. So this is the, purpose of using all, this is a, additional functionality of the all function. Okay, you can clone a table, and also you can use the all function to remove the filters from a specific table or a specific column itself. Okay, the same behavior you can expect from the remove filters also. Both of them are same in one way. Next one is the keep filter. Okay, keep filter. For example, you want to calculate the total sales amount only for a specific category, preserving any existing filters applied on the other columns. Okay. For example, here I open the, okay, 1 second, all except I just, yeah, country equal to United States. Okay, all except orders. Mhm. Okay, I just copy this one. I'm going to the modeling ribbon. Okay, what I will do is I will take keep filter. I think, why should I take that one? Keep filter is not there. Okay. So anyhow, I just create a new measure. Yeah, to demonstrate when to use keep filter, I'm going to create a new measure. So here I just say I just copy paste that one so that we can save time. Keep filter demo, okay. And here I'm going to say the hold your alt key and then you press enter. Ideally, you need to write, this is the best practice, you need to write the DAX like this, okay? Don't write everything in a single line. It will not be in a readable form, okay? And here, I just say, okay, keep filters. And here, dim category. Sorry, here I just do one thing, dim category. Oh, in this one, I don't have the table, right? Category table. Okay, what I will do is here I'm going to use the category column itself from the same table, okay? Sales underscore W04 category. The yesterday's demo, I have used more than one table. So here we are using the single table, okay? Here I just say the office supplies. And I'm going to hold the Alt key and press enter. I'm going to put one more parenthesis. This closed parenthesis for the corresponding open parenthesis. This closed parenthesis going to be the with this one, okay? So we have used the closed parenthesis for the appropriate open parenthesis, okay? I just yeah, so we are done, right? So total says I just press enter. Okay, it got created. 1 second. Yeah, I think it's still going on. Okay, keep filter. Keep filter demo. Okay, I just drag and drop this here. And then I just remove it here. This behaves a little bit different, right? So in this case, what happened? So what is it doing it? Okay, I just close this here. And I just keep this somewhere here. And for example, if I select furniture, it is not displaying that. Okay, and if I select technology, also it is not doing it, right? When I select all, when I select all the items in this slicer, it displays the total sales only for the office supplies here, right? So it's displays only that one here. Okay, that is what the keep filter is all about. Okay, so what the keep filter does is here, right? Is it preserves any existing filters applied on the other columns. See, other columns, right? It preserves all the filters, right? So, but here, since I have used the office supplies, okay, 29 lakh 22,000. Yes, 29, 2010. Sometimes when they need someone to display, right, in addition to this, display only of the specific category data here, right? So you can use this one or the keep filter. But when you use, when you don't use office supplies, it will get disappeared. So in that kind of situation, sometimes what will happen is they want to display the percentage of contribution from a specific category. So in that kind of situation, don't display other categories percentage, only display the specific categories. Office supplies percentage of revenue contribution, only you can display it. You can do this one. So in this case, you can use this measure in the numerator. The denominator, you can use the all function to get the percentage of revenue contribution by the office supplies, out of all the total, so over the total sales. Okay. So in that kind of situation, you can use keep filter. This is one of the scenarios where you can use filter. See, in this case, what exactly happens is the keep filter function. Inside of that, I have used the Boolean condition like the category is equivalent to office supplies. So in this case, what happens? It is that one is used to keep the filter context on the sales table for the category column, okay, where it equals office supplies. So which means any existing filters on the dim category table will be preserved, okay. But in this case, it display only this one, okay. See all the other things, right? It still preserves, but it displays only the total sales for the office supplies only. It displays it here. For this kind of use case, you can use it, the keep filter, and all except, I told you yesterday, supposing you want to, find out specifically, Chennai location, what is the total sales we made, overall sales, right? I want to display this alongside, the across the rows, so that, out of each category, how much contribution came from the Chennai location alone. Sorry, compared to Chennai location. See, the Chennai location total sales is your numerator or denominator. Okay, for example, here you are using the location, right? So, for example, you're using Bangalore location and Pune location, right? Pune and Bangalore location, what is the percentage of revenue achieved compared to Chennai total sales? That kind of situation you can use all except. Okay, next one is the add columns. Next one is the add columns. Add columns, okay, table filter functions. So what the add columns function? Okay, 1 second, I'll just stop.